I want to talk about something that plagues me because it makes me very happy, but it feels like a bad thing. It is something I call, and I think is just actually called, perceived intimacy. It's obviously not a term that I made up, but I can't really remember where I ever learned it or reading about it ever, so it kind of is just a phrase that like rings out in my head when I recognize that I'm experiencing it. I crave emotional intimacy. I would rather tell a stranger in a coffee shop about my self-worth issues than talk to my friends about my day. Hence why I am glad to stare into a camera and analyze my own brain so freely and then post it on the internet. Emotional intimacy is not something I have a lack of in my life. I have a lot of really deep friendships that satisfy this need. I grew up with an incredibly close group of friends, and we're all still friends today, and I honestly think that's part of why I have this need, because it's what I grew up with, so I grade all my other friendships and relationships against that rubric. But it's not just something that I seek from people that I know. It's no secret that I have spent the last 10 years following a lot of internet creators. I by far consume more internet-based content than any kind of mainstream media. I started watching YouTubers around like 2008, which was kind of like a big boom for YouTubers, and I had never seen anything like the stuff that they were making. Young people were trailblazing careers for themselves, holding a camera and talking about their day, and often probably letting us know too much. They were being themselves for a living and creating a commodity out of their lives and personalities. I kind of think getting into this kind of thing started a habit that I apply to all media I consume now. I often seek out details about people who make the stuff that I like in a way that I think a lot of people seek out details about celebrities. It's not so uncommon. People have always like picked up tabloids to learn about actors' personal lives and stuff like that. But the way that I had access to a lot of basic information about YouTubers that I like made me want that for everyone I admired. Now, of course, what those people show us isn't their whole self, but I'm fine with that. I will take whatever they want to give me, and I'm completely satisfied with that. That is to say, I don't really needle around for more than is appropriate. I have no interest in crossing boundaries to learn more. I would want for them what I would want for a friend. I don't want to invade their privacy just to get more information, but I do crave all that they're willing to share. I've really experienced this in a new way very recently since I started watching Critical Role. It's a weekly live show where a bunch of professional voice actors play D&D together. You spend 4 uncut hours a week with these people. If you watch the backlog the way I did, you sometimes end up watching more than that in a day. You get to feel like you hung out with them all day. It's not like a vlog that was edited with only the parts that they want you to see left in. And it's a bunch of friends who know each other really well, sitting in a room together in real time, and so you get to see their real reactions as their characters and themselves to their victories, their failures, the loss of a friend. So here's the thing that gets me about all this. It feels like I'm not supposed to be this invested in people I don't know, right? Like I shouldn't be clamoring for every story they tell about their past and about where they grew up and how they met their spouses. I have real people in my real life to know that deeply, and I do, but I want more. I always want more. Once I start caring about someone, I will take anything that you give me, anything that you want to tell me, and I will give you anything you want in return too, if given the opportunity. So what's the deal with this? Why do I crave these perceived bonds? Here's one theory. I'm just creepy and weird. Here's another theory. I'm incredibly unsatisfied by relationships that don't run deep to the very core of our humanity, so I seek to craft some kind of semblance of that kind of bond with creators that I don't know but admire. And one more theory. It helps me understand the art that people create and the stories that people tell. Knowing the backgrounds of the cast of Critical Role helps me understand the choices they make playing and creating their characters. And I really enjoy having that foundation. I think it's because it kind of trains me in creating characters and telling stories of my own. When I see how other people utilize themselves in their work, it teaches me how to use myself in mine. So I don't know, do a lot of people feel this need? If so, how do you feel this need? I know I'm not the only one, but are we all just weird? Is it a bad thing? I really don't think it is. I mean, I don't think I'm deluding myself, and I'm not depriving myself of any kind of real life connection. I have so much of that as well. I just want more. I don't know.